How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And we're going to start in 1977. Taito releases Space Invaders. Space Invaders is so big in Japan that there's a 100 yen coin shortage. That's astounding. The game is a phenomenon. Fast forward 2 years, Namco releases Galaxian, which takes the same formula as Space Invaders and takes the entire thing and puts it in space. So there is no defending the ground against an alien invasion. You're fighting them where they are, in space. That game is immensely popular. 2 years after that, in 1981, we get today's game, Galaga. Now, Galaga takes what we learned, or what Namco learns from Space Invaders and Galaxian, and adds more to it. Makes the game a little faster, adds bonus rounds to it, does this cool thing where if a mothership captures your ship, you can rescue your ship and then you'll have a dual fighter, double firepower. All of these things culminate in Galaga being one of the most popular arcade titles of all time. And Galaga gets home releases on everything. Leading up to 1983, I want to say it is, or 84, Namco releases Galaga for the Famicom. For some reason, Namco doesn't have a license to publish titles in America for the NES. So several years later, in 1988, our good buddies at Bandai step in. And they, much like they did with Xevious, release a version of Galaga for the NES. And today, we'll be talking about that. Galaga, Demons of Death. Now, I don't know why they called it Demons of Death, but yeah, I guess it's the same little aliens flying around and dive bombing your ship every level and all that stuff. It all happens in this game, and it happens repeatedly. I don't know if anybody ever found a kill screen on the arcade version of Galaga, but I'm sure someone's gotten that far in the game where that's a possibility. Galaga has simple play mechanics, but it's done masterfully. And the NES release is fantastic. Sound-wise, it's solid. Graphically, superb. Everything works just right. The lack of music that just kind of adds atmosphere to the game, all of that works perfectly. And what you're left with is a title that is as important as it is kind of got left behind, because by 1988, here in the US, we had already gotten, on the NES, we had already gotten Gradius. 88 was the same year that Life Force was released, if I remember correctly. We had gotten Alpha Mission, Star Force, all these great shmups already. So Galaga was strictly a nostalgia purchase. And it was a nostalgia purchase for folks who remembered seeing that game at a bowling alley, gas station, pizza place, whatever, and wanting to pop some quarters in for old time's sake. Now they didn't have to. They could just pop the cartridge. Galaga is a perfectly fine shooter. But it's a shooter that, if you're looking for a new experience, is lost to time. Because, again, it's from 1981. It brought new things to the table then, but not at the time of its NES release. However, that's not to say it's not fun, because Galaga is a fun game by default. If you want a copy of Galaga, you can get a copy of Galaga for about 10 to 20 bucks for an NES cart. It's also available on pretty much every Namco museum release that has ever been released. So you kind of have a whole lot of different ways to pick up Galaga, either arcade or NES version. And honestly, even though time has kind of left Galaga to the winds, I say you should try it out, especially if you like shmups. You should go back and play some of the old stuff so you can see how good we got it now. But anyway, this has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, if a big dude in a giant purple hat comes around here saying that he's hungry and he's looking for me, you have not seen me, okay?